From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Tuesday morning. It is 6:30 on this Tuesday morning. We are live and we are off to a very gloomy start all across the Tennessee Valley. We have rain and a few rumbles of thunder moving through this morning as expected. You can expect a gloomy day for the rest of today as well. So let's go ahead and check out radar right now overlooking the entire viewing area. The main blob, we'll call it, of moderate to heavy rainfall is mainly into Lauderdale County, southern Wayne County, and into Lawrence County. Just started raining here at the station. Everyone else is relatively dry for now, but we'll continue to see rain. We'll continue to see thunderstorms move in throughout the rest of today. But let's go ahead and zoom in on some of these communities with what we'll call our morning blob of rain. We've had, again, a few lightning strikes right now, not looking at any lightning at this time. But just some moderate to heavy rainfall again coming into portions of Loretto and into Leoma, up into parts of Lawrenceburg as well, down into not quite yet raining in Collinwood, but just give it a few minutes. And again, we'll see this moderate to heavy rainfall. I'll put it into motion to show you guys, and I'll zoom out just a little bit. But it's just moving northwest, or I should say southwest to northeastward at this hour. And we'll see a little bit of heavier rainfall moving into Lexington, Alabama here before long. Everybody else, though, again, relatively dry, starting to dry up into Muscle Shoals and the Quad Cities into Florence. Give it another few minutes and the rain should subside as well. We will continue to watch any sort of rain that does develop and move through. Again, we are expecting rain and storms for the rest of this morning and afternoon. Well, let's go ahead and switch over to the rest of this weathercast. We are looking at reduced visibility, not only because of this rainfall that is, again, moderate to heavy at times. So give yourself a few extra minutes, especially if you are about to be leaving in Wayne County as well as Lawrence County in Tennessee. But otherwise, reduced visibility thanks to, again, just some fog settling in as well as that moderate to heavy rainfall. So give yourself a few extra minutes as you head out the door for this morning. No matter where you are, you see really not much here in Lawrenceburg. Temperatures in the upper 60s, dew points right there, pretty much at the same temperature. A gloomy start to the day. Some traffic moving along pretty smoothly despite the rainy and gloomy conditions outside in Lawrence County. Over into Florence, again, you folks just now starting to see that rain ease up. Temperatures in the lower 70s for you guys. Wind east-southeast blowing just about 1 mile an hour. So as that rain moves out, relatively calm conditions. We are dry over into Murray County and into Columbia. For now, that is expected to change heading into the next several hours. Temperatures in the lower 70s, a few degrees warmer in those areas that have not yet seen rain. Temperatures across the region right now are in the upper 60s to lower 70s. We will continue to inch up into the lower 80s by this afternoon. And again, for the rest of this morning, we are expecting rain and storms to continue throughout, again, the morning and continuing into the afternoon. No organized severe weather threat is expected for today, like we've been mentioning, but of course, we will be watching for any storms that may uptick into the stronger variety. Not really expecting that for today, though. Again, just multiple rounds of rain and storms, unfortunately, for today, so rain gear needed all throughout the morning and throughout the afternoon. Even into the evening, we are still seeing some leftover showers and maybe even some leftover thunder, but then we start to dry out mainly after 9 p.m. We should be mostly dry overnight. I think any sort of redevelopment will stay mainly east of Interstate 65, but we could see a few overnight thunder showers. Thinking we stay mostly dry, though, for the Tennessee Valley viewing area. Heading into Wednesday, we are going to be relatively drier compared to yesterday and today. We do still have isolated to scattered thunder showers in the forecast, but looking very much more spotty in nature. Not everybody going to see those by any means heading into Wednesday, but then a cold frontal system will approach us Wednesday night into Thursday. I'm thinking we're going to see a dying line of thunderstorms overnight and into the early morning hours of your Thursday, and then just depending on how far south that is able to reach, we will see redevelopment later on Thursday afternoon. We'll watch for any stronger storms overnight and into the afternoon for your Thursday, but again, not really expecting any widespread severe weather here in the local area. But of course, we are always going to be on our toes, and we are going to be watching those storms as they do move through. The good news, and I do have good news to tell you with this forecast. Heading into Friday and into the weekend, we are looking at some lower rain chances. In fact, Friday is trending quite dry, but with that trade-off comes a little bit more heat, packing a punch heading into the end of this week. Heat index values, that's when you pair the temperatures and the dew points, what it's actually feeling like outside. We are going to be feeling quite warm, and the air temperature is going to be quite warm as well heading into this weekend. We're talking heat index values into the triple digits. That's pretty much the main story for weather in terms of what we are expecting here in the Tennessee Valley. But again, we are going to crank up the heat and humidity by this weekend as we have that kind of trade-off. We say goodbye to the widespread rain, but hello to that heat settling in. For the rest of this morning, again, you will need the rain gear. Give yourself just a few extra minutes as you head out the door. Watch for any localized street flooding because we are saturated. It has been raining for the last several days today. Of course, no exception as we expect showers and storms to continue over the next several hours. Temperatures not moving much until we catch a little bit of a break, lower 70s for the next few hours, and then we are going to eventually reach the lower 80s for most of us. If you catch a decent break this afternoon, you may pop up into the mid 80s, but I'm thinking most of us will be in the lower 80s for the majority of this afternoon. Again, showers and storms continue, multiple rounds for the morning into the afternoon, eventually winding down after sunset. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Like I said, we do have some good news that comes with the trade-off. However, we stay unsettled again for today. A slightly lower rain chance for tomorrow, but thunder showers still on the board. Heading into your Thursday, we are going to ramp up that rain and storm chance once again with that overnight round and potentially some afternoon development as well. So, of course, we will keep you updated on Thursday. Heading into Friday, though, we are looking relatively dry, just a stray rain chance. In fact, I think most of us are going to end up staying dry for your Friday with a partly cloudy sky. But as we say goodbye to the rain, or I should say the widespread rain chances, we say hello to the heat and humidity. We're talking lower 90s, maybe even some mid 90s out there down into North Alabama heading into this weekend. With high humidity levels, we are going to see those heat index values or those feels like temperatures into the triple digits for the weekend. So brace yourself and, of course, have the rain gear and stay safe for today. That is a look at your local weather forecast. I will be back at 8 a.m. with another weather update.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.